Here we go. Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome to Couples Conversations. This is Nick and Ann Brown, and thank you so much for joining us today. We have some special guests, some other couples with us, and we're just going to be talking about a couple of things. This is our absolutely first Couples Conversations set, and Nick and I are out on the back porch and the deck. And this is Friday night, so welcome to date night. I have a little glass of wine. Nick doesn't have anything right now, and also I like fish on Friday, so we just went to Horace and Dickey's and picked up some fish. Nick got some shrimp, and so I didn't have it set up because I'm not sure if it's going to rain out here. But at the moment, and we can document this, at the moment, our air conditioner is out. So the reason why we're doing this on the patio is two reasons. It is so incredibly hot inside the house, and it's nice. We like to spend some time on the deck, but guess what? It looks like it might rain. So this is going to be an interesting segment today, and so glad that y'all could join us. And so one of the things that we want to talk about is some couples issues that are situations that we get into in terms of being in a business. We're in a home-based business, Search 365, which is a travel business, and we love to travel. We love to have fun, but we got started in this business because we needed some tax deductions. However, through this business, someone told us a long time ago that don't get into the business because don't look forward to what the money that you make. Look forward to what the business will make of you. And I can say in the years that we've been in business, it's actually been amazing. One of the things that we've learned how to do in our business and with each other is edification. And edification is basically when we speak nicely about each other. And so we had to learn how to edify each other on stage before a presentation. But what we started doing is that we actually bring that into our lives and how we introduce each other to people. And let me tell you, at first, I used to cry because Nick was awful at edifying. It was like he couldn't think of anything nice to say about me. I'd be like, but I can't believe it. He was like, I just didn't think about it. And then I don't know what happened, but he changed and he became just really, really good at edification. Nick, what was the change? I mean, because I know we used to have arguments and I was like, you don't ever say anything nice about me. And then it just seemed you got it and it started turning around.
I think I just turned on the switch. I actually learned what edifying meant. And I knew how much that it was to you for me to do that, especially when in social circles, to edify you as my wife and that sort of thing. So I took more pride into doing it because it made you happy. You being happy, then made me happy. So I turned the switch on and said, you know what, you better get this right or you're going to start having some problems.
He's a smart man. He's a very, very smart man. But edification, how do we edify each other now? When we're in a presentation, there's certain key things that we always add. But when we're around friends and family, I find that Nick he might pick up something and something that he knows about me. And something else that helps us, that I admire about Nick and that I really, really, really appreciate about Nick is that he is very observant where I'm concerned. He can almost sense when I'm getting stressed. He knows when I'm, like he'll look at my hair and he was like, oh, I don't think that's you. No. Or he might say, oh, baby, that's good. That's a good one. And even down to my nails, he knows what colors I like, and he'll see a color. He's like, oh, you're trying something new. Okay. And so it's amazing because at first when we got married, I was annoyed. I was like, why is he paying so much attention? But now through the years, I've come to really appreciate that about him, that he pays attention. And one of the things he helps me with is that, especially if we're going out to meet people, he might say, is that what you want to wear? Or is that what impression do you want to make? He asked me that. What impression do you want to make? Is that really the outfit that you want to wear to where we're going? And so he makes me think about things, because sometimes when I get comfortable, I'm zeroing in on what I have to do. Sometimes I may not think about, oh, maybe I should change. Nick, what are some of the things that you admire about me?
Well, I admire the fact that you have the skill set that you have, so that you are able to have the type of job that you have, that you're able to work from home. And of course, me being retired from the CIA, I have a great pension. So I'm thankful that we don't have any issues in terms of resources, and our finances are still flowing through. And we got so many people who right now, that's definitely not the case. I just admire your thinking out of the box, because I know, Lord have mercy, some of the things that the ideas that you had, I used to kick and scream. And then once I saw everything come to light, I was like, this is amazing. So I learned not to kick back on that, but say, you know what, I see it where the potential is. Go ahead and run with it, because at first, just bumping heads just wasn't getting it, and pretty much you were going to go ahead and make the decision and do it anyway. So I might as well go along with it. And you being happy is just a joy for me being happy. I hear a lot of things going on right now with people being home, and they're stressed out because they're here with their significant others. I mean, I've had a great 3 months that you being home here every day, and every hour is not, peaches and cream, but, like you said, I can read you. I can read you like a book. I know when things I need to back off and stay away, or if I want to score some brownie points, I know the little treat to get you. Just like last night, you seem to be a little bit down. I said, well, baby, look in the freezer. I think I got a little treat for you. But you guys always know, for me to get out the doghouse, all I need to do is get some chocolate. That's Ann's kryptonite, chocolate. I can do everything wrong, but man, I bring some chocolate, I am good to go. So I've just picked up on the little things over the years, and I guess I have to contribute that to the fact of course, 36 years being an analyst for the CIA, I'm just observant of everything around me, and why not? Particularly the woman who shares my last name and my partner in this journey. So I understand and see everything, even down to her toes. So yes, that's
That is amazing. Nick, I really admire that you kind of I really admire that during this COVID-19, one of the things we did was we sat down and we really talked about our goals. And we really said, okay, not only talked about it, but we put a plan in place and even put dates down to our goals in terms of what we wanted to do. And by doing that, it's made it more real, and it's made us kind of begin to work together. And it also, it's also, we're making steps. We now can, we talk about, oh, did you do that? Did you do this? Or we need to do this, by the end of this month, and that kind of thing. What I know, when we sat down, it was a long night. It was a really long night, a long discussion. What did you get from that? I mean, from actually sitting down and not just writing our goals down, but actually, because we've always kind of talked about goals, but I feel like this time we actually put down a plan, actually how we were going to get there. And to me, that made it much more real. What about you?
Absolutely. I concur with that. You're absolutely right. And we had so many different things that we wanted to do. I think the biggest thing was when we had that long night of discussing what we wanted, it was how we prioritize everything. We had so many projects, and just like anything that you do, things are so fluid right now and everything that's moving. So my thing has always been, what's the priority to take care of today that's going to help us move to the next steps? So, it was a great thing to be able to sit down and talk about all those things and then prioritize how we wanted to attack them. And things have kind of been going in progression the way that we have, that we want to. So I really enjoyed when we sit down and have our long Friday nights, and, we have dinner and we watch movies and we talk about, everything that's going on with us, our family. So, yeah, That was a great experience, and we continue to do that each and every week.
Wow. So one of the things that I admire about you, or that I really appreciate about you, especially being retired, and with all the stuff that I have to juggle, that we kind of know how to stay in our own lane. I think that's what we learned in our business as well. There are certain things that I'm good at, and there are certain things that I'm not. You are much better at keeping a schedule and planning things out. Me, I try to pack everything into an hour and then I don't get it done and then I get frustrated. And so, or I'll take on too much. You know, it's like, okay, yeah, and then I'm up to 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning and trying to do something, just trying to get it finished. And you kind of come through and just say, well, you know, you fuss at me. And so how did you expect all of this to get done? You know, but one of the things I do like is that we turn about this, and I keep a calendar, but you really keep a calendar. I mean, I write stuff down on my planner, but you live by the planner, down to the fact that you have learned how to work your phone so well that you even have my stuff on your phone to alarm, to remind me to do what I need to do. And so it's just amazing how you've picked up that discipline, especially for someone like you who didn't even want to get a new phone, who was like, I don't need all this stuff, and oh my God, I can't believe it. I have to write stuff down, you know, and now to see you move from, oh, I can't pay stuff online. I'm gonna have to go to the bank, or I'm gonna have to write a check, or I'm just gonna get cash. You know, that online stuff is not for me. To seeing you now paying our bills online and getting a status and checking on the balances and, you know, all of that stuff, and even ordering stuff online, you know, not having to actually go to a store. And so
I embrace change.
Yeah.
I was kicking and screaming.
Kicking and screaming.
And in the situation when you just referred to keeping you in order, it started out with you asking me 50,000 questions on, well, where is this? And who was I supposed to talk to? And after a couple of times of that, I realized that, okay, you're going to be her 411 anyway, so you might as well organize and keep track of these things. So if you're having a one-on-one, if you're having a meeting, again, my CIA radar, I'm always ear hustling. So, okay, so she's supposed to meet Audrey on Thursday at 12 o'clock. Let me go ahead and set my alarm right now for 11:45 to remind her, just in case that she forgets. So that's just has come natural to me now. It was not just second nature, and it works for us. Yeah, that's one of my. You're right, one of my strengths, and what I have mastered, and that's what works with us in terms of this partnership. So, you know, I keep a track of it and alert you of what's going on, and vice versa. So yeah, I've learned and acquired that skill and mastered some of this technology that I was kicking and screaming and fighting in the beginning. But yeah, you're right. If I could get my hair cut online, I mean, that would be cool now. I wouldn't have to go out.
Well, that's what I have to say about our business. It's taught us to recognize our strengths and weaknesses and appreciate those strengths and weaknesses and not beat each other up, because at first we used to argue, or I would say, well, why can't you do this? Or why can't you be like this person? Or why can't you think this? Or why can't you say this? Or, you know, and it just really, and with a lot of prayer as well, we just had to realize that we both had strengths coming to this table, and we had to kind of figure out how to make it work. And so with our business, we've done all kinds of training, and especially we used to do what are those things called when we go boot camps. we used to do boot camps. And often in boot camps, they used to have different training for couples, specifically for couples in learning how to do various things. And we'd take copious notes, and then we'd come back and we'd practice not only the presentation, but we'd say, oh, what can we implement, or what can we do, what really makes a difference. And so, and we really started talking about that and implementing everything that we could. And so it really helped us. And so many times we tell our teammates, hey, plug in. And I think sometimes a lot of people get the impression, oh, they just want us to spend money. Oh, they just want us to, they just want us to do these things, these types of things and that kind of stuff. Oh, they drank the Kool-Aid. Well, no, it has really helped us by both of us plugging in and hearing the information. It's really made a difference, because sometimes we come back and talk about it and we find out that we got two totally different messages and we sat in the same training. Something applied, something that Nick heard differently, totally differently than what I heard. So our neighbor's dog is out and he comes and checks on us. He's a big husky, Siberian husky. And so he knows that they're going to come. I know the kid's going to come running down the street in a minute looking for him. But now that he's out, he's just running around like, I got to have fun. I got to have fun. So usually when we're up here, he comes up here and checks on us. He's like the neighborhood dog. But I guess he's got someplace to go today. But anyway, Nick, what are some of the things, and also some of the other couples in our business, and one couple that we're kind of close with is Dr. Christopher Coakley and his wife Renee, and they've given us a lot of guidance, a lot of counsel, both together and individually.
Just Roland and Michelle
Arturas, just a great couple, especially blended, an example of blended families and getting stuff and putting stuff together, and just God-fearing and knowing what you need to do. And I'm sure we're going to ask them to be guests on our couples conversations as well. We have some powerful couples. And so someone told us a long time ago that if you got in the business by yourself, that's great. But if you get a powerful couple, you've really gotten something, because, and I must admit, even with us, there have been times when maybe he's not interested and I'm more engaged. There have been times when he's more engaged and I'm not as engaged. But the great thing is that we pull each other back, especially when we start thinking about our goals and dreams and things that we want to accomplish. So, Nick, what other things have you learned? And we only have a few more minutes, but one thing that I would say that I've learned this year was how to juggle a job, being a caregiver, and being a wife, and having to do, and I say this all the time, I say to him, just having to do everything. I think this year, or these last 2 years, have been such an eye-opener for me. Even something as simple, I was telling him last night, even something as simple as taking out the garbage. I didn't have to remember to do that. Our garbage person comes on Thursdays. And so now, I have to remember, I gotta set the garbage out. It's stuff in the yard. Nick was never really a yard person, but he would at least he would negotiate getting the stuff on the yard. It's raining.
I figure it.
Can y'all hear it? Oh my gosh, it's coming down. So,
okay.
With that being said, we're going to end our conversations tonight and get from around this electricity and go in this hot house So
Okay.
But the AC man is on his way.
It's on the way.
the AC man is on the way. I'm telling you. I'm hoping that it stops. But y'all, thank y'all so much for joining us in Couples Conversations. And we really, really appreciate it. And we're going to look forward to you all being our special guests on Couples Conversation and sharing some things that have worked, the things that you've learned through being in this business together as well. So y'all have a good night. God bless. We got to get inside.
Okay. All right.
Bye-bye.
Thank y'all. Bye-bye.